Hi, this is Sara from SaraRanAwayWithASpoon.com. I teach kids ages 10 to 15 how to cook, giving them confidence and having fun while they learn in their own kitchen. I teach online baking classes to these kids. Today I'm here in my kitchen to show you how to make brown butter blondies, and I'm having a little bit of technical trouble today. Of course I'm having technical trouble because I'm trying to do a live. I'm trying to get a better angle for you to see what I'm cooking. So I'm gonna fiddle with this for just a second and see where we can angle this. There we go. I'll have to stand back here so you can see what I'm doing. I will go through all the steps and hopefully you can see, and I'll maybe move my camera around so you can see what I'm doing as well. So brown butter blondies. Why brown butter blondies? Well, let me tell you about brown butter. It is a nutty essence that's just delicious when you add it to baked goods. And I used to be really afraid of making brown butter. I tried it a couple of times and it would say, let it go for 2 or 3 minutes or 3 or 4 minutes. And I'd be afraid it would be overdone and don't let it burn. So we'd take it off and it would be too soon. And I didn't get that nutty sense from the brown butter. And then I learned how to do it. And one of the key tips, and I'll share that with you, is that the butter needs to foam and then sizzle and pop, 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 just like popcorn in your microwave. And then when it starts to slow down with the popping noise and the bubbling and the very vigorous bubbling, that's when your brown butter is done and not before then. So that's my tip on how to make your brown butter happen. And then what are you going to do with this delicious, most amazing stuff once it's ready? I thought, oh, well, let's make some blondies. I've measured everything out. Today's not going to be me showing you any measurements. It's really going to be about the brown butter, and I'll tell you how all the pieces come together. So let me get started. And basically, I've taken a cup of butter, and I'm using a recipe that I sourced from Food 52. And I have a cup of butter. I have 1.5 cups of dark brown sugar. You could use light brown, but the dark brown gives it a nice, strong molasses taste that goes really well with the nut butter. I have 4 teaspoons of vanilla. I have 1 cup of chocolate chips. You can use whatever kind you like. The darker the better. Today I'm just using semi-sweet because that's what I have in the house. 2 eggs, make sure they're at room temperature. You're going to be putting them in with the warm butter, so you don't want to cook them. And 2 cups of flour with 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So like I said, I have that all measured out. It's on my counter and ready to go. But we'll start with the brown butter, and I'm going to put that into a pan. And my pan is right here. And I'm going to turn that on to medium. Let's see if I can angle this camera just a little better for you. Not happening. Okay, I guess I'll be a little headless. Turning this on to medium. Medium low. And I'll give it a stir. Let that brown butter melt. It's not brown butter yet. Let that butter melt. I'm using unsalted butter. And I have an induction burner here, so you can hear the fan of that as well. This cooks pretty quickly. If yours doesn't cook so quickly, it's not to worry. It's just that the burner that I have, this external burner, goes very, very fast. So my butter's starting to melt. Let's see if I can show you the pan for that as it's melting. Nope, I'm showing you my ceiling. All right, we'll try again. tried to set this up on my computer and it wouldn't go today, of course. Alright, I'm close. You hear it starting to sizzle. Alright, I'm not going to be able to get to that angle. So I'll just have to describe it to you. Have the fun of going live, right? You never know what's going to happen. Yeah, for some reason today I couldn't get my camera to go on my computer. It wasn't hooking up. Go figure. Alright, so I am getting a little bit of foaming. And once it starts to go, I'm going to stir it around occasionally. This is not something you want to leave because you do want to hear that. Do you hear the sizzling? It's starting to pop. I'm going to be stirring this, letting it go. You'll also smell this, so you'll hear it. You'll see it. It will start to get brown. The sediments will start to fall from the butter, the milk fats, and you'll hear. So I would say it's at foamy right now. The top layer is foamy. That's why I call this layer this part foamy. And I'm moving it around in the pan so no part sticks. It's too hot. And I'm waiting for all of the sizzling to stop. Not there yet. And for the butter to really brown. I need to turn this down and just let this go. I wasn't planning on using my phone, so I didn't turn off my phone, and it just rang. This is going to be one of those ones. Don't worry, hang in there with me. I bet it's happened to you too. Phone ringing at an inopportune time. I'm hoping that you do hear all this sizzling. And this is the point where I would get scared and take it off, but I'm not there yet. So don't you get scared. Let's see if I can and edit this a little bit after I've done the live. You got the ringing phone, the upside down pictures. Oh, it's starting to smell yummy. Just right this minute I started smelling it. It's getting darker in color, but it's still boiling away here. Sizzle, sizzle, sizzle. Slowing down a little, but it's not yet ready. Keep with it. I'm seeing lots of brown mist in my butter. It's almost there. So much brownness, so much goodness. slowing down. Your whole house will smell like this too. So hopefully you like this nutty smell. I love it. My family members have come out and said, "Oh, what are you cooking?" I'm just about there. Hear how it's almost done? It's quieted down so much. All right, off it comes. And my brown butter is done. You'll get a picture of that. And of course, my thumb is right on the camera there. Oh, making me all dizzy. See how that's nice and brown? I don't know if you did that job, but I hope you did. So, brown butter, done. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on the stove and let it cool. And then I'm just going to tell you about the rest of the directions. So depending on how you want your blondies, if you want them to have full chocolate chips in them, you'll wait for that butter to melt for half an hour. If you want it really marbled and chocolatey and chocolate running all through your brown blondies, then you can wait and let it cool for about 5 minutes. So what you're going to want to do is mix your 1.5 cups of butter with your brown sugar with your melted butter. And then you're going to want to add in your eggs. You'll mix your eggs with vanilla before you add them in. So adding in 2 eggs mixed with 4 teaspoons of vanilla. Add that into your mixture with the butter and brown sugar. And then you'll stir in the flour. 2 cups of flour get stirred in. And then don't overstir it, just stir it till the flour is just mixed in, and put your chocolate chips in and stir those in. It can all be done in this one bowl. So 1 bowl Blondies, perfect. Then we're going to use an 8x8 pan, and I've lined my pan with tin foil and then sprayed the tin foil. You could butter and grease your pan, butter and flour your pan. What is it with me today? No words. Butter and flour your pan or use parchment paper. So either of those will work. I'm using aluminum foil, and what I'll do is just lift it out after it's totally cooled. You'll cook these at 350 degrees for 25 to 30 minutes. The top will get crisp and crackly. It's not a great one to test with a toothpick, especially if you marble that chocolate. It might not really do a toothpick test well. A crackly top, firm top, and the edges will be a little bit brown on the edges. So that is how it will look in your pan. Let it cool, and then you can remove it. So let me review that again. The brown sugar and butter get mixed, then you add the eggs and vanilla, then the flour, then the chips. Bake for 25 to 30 minutes till the top gets crackly. Those are the directions for these brown butter blondies. I hope that you give them a try. I do apologize for today's technical issues, and sorry that it wasn't the best of filming for you. Hopefully you get the general idea. And if you make these and enjoy them, leave a note in the comments, and be sure to visit my website at sararanaway.com. And if you haven't yet, be sure to join my Facebook group. I'm going to be doing a lot of fun things there. So join my Facebook group. It's Sara and her friends ran away with a spoon. And I hope to see you soon. I'll be back. Have a great week. Take care. Bye-bye.